Hello, everybody. Okay, so we are going to get started for today. Now, today is our last session of the Scratch program. Yes, guys, it is our last day. Also, at this time, I do want to thank Clarusway for allowing us to be learning Scratch and also giving me the opportunity to teach you guys Scratch. So thank you, Clarusway. Now, for today, guys, we will be doing a project that one of the students asked for us to try. So we will be doing that project for today. And also, once we complete that project, that is going to be for you guys to be able to show me maybe a project of your choice. So you guys are going to be able to show me those projects. And then you guys will be able to learn all those knowledges. I hope you guys are going to be taking what you guys learned throughout this course, and you're going to be able to do these Scratch programs on your own, okay? All right, guys. Now for today, we are going to be making a game called Bounce Mania. Now there is going to be 3 different levels that we are going to be including inside your game, as well as a special timer. And we're going to be using the ball and a special hedgehog to be helping us with this project. Okay, so that is going to be our plan for today. We couldn't find the recordings. Now, guys, if the recordings are not there just yet, guys, they will be available, as what I was told, they would be available on Clarusway's website. They may not be available just yet, okay? So my suggestion for you guys to be able to see those recordings, you would either check that page, okay, their Clarusway's website, or you can also check their social media. You could check their Facebook, or possibly their Instagram to check to see if that information is available for you guys to be able to see those videos. I'm not sure exactly when they will be posted, but just keep checking back and forth for that information, okay? All right, guys, so we are going to get started. I'm going to be using, there is no specific PowerPoint for this presentation, so I am going to be using my codes from the one that I completed the game, and then I'm going to be doing it nice and slow with you guys as we do it, okay? All right, guys, so this is what the game is going to look like. I'm just going to move the just things around, okay? So I am going to make sure that I'm doing a file new, okay? So I'm creating my page as we go, and then I'm going to help you guys with the coding section. All right. So the first thing you guys do need to do is you do need to get rid of Mr. Cat. We do not need our cat for this one. Okay. Now for the backdrop, they did use this specific backdrop, okay, for theirs. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, so we're going to be searching for that page in a second. So just give me 1 second. I'm just adjusting something. All right. So I'm going to look for my backdrop. Now, guys, for the backdrop, you are able to use whatever you would like, okay? It is Neon Tunnel, okay? So Neon Tunnel is going to be that backdrop that I'm going to select. If you guys want to use something different, you're more than welcome to do that as well. I am going to go to that backdrop section as well, guys, and I am going to delete that blank one and just keep that first backdrop as my Neon Tunnel, okay? Just so I have one backdrop. Now we are going to get started by writing those special words in there. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that as well. So I'm just going to give you guys a second. All right, so select which one you want. Now for the words, what you're going to do is you are going to select the text box, guys. Okay, now let me just double check, okay? We are going to be doing that, guys. Don't select it just yet. We're going to be doing it from a sprite, okay? But we are going to be using that text box, so you guys are just aware of that, okay? So I am going to go to my coding section. I'm going to go towards the bottom, and I am going to be making that text box, okay? So what I'm going to do is I am going to go to my paint section, guys, okay? And I am going to be writing the word Bounce Mania. Give me a second, guys. I see somebody is writing something. Can you tell me what sprite we're using? Okay, for the sprites that we are using, guys, we are going to be using Hedgehog And we're also going to be using bold. Okay, those are going to be the ones that we're going to be using. All right, now for the text box, guys, I am just going to place my text box here, and I am going to just write bounce mania. Okay, that is going to be the words that I'm just going to write. Now I am going to adjust this for a second, guys. I'm taking the chat away for a second. Okay. Now I am going to change the font make, okay? I'm going to use Pixel as mine. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it across to make it as big as I want. Now, I do not want it to be purple. It's kind of not showing that good color effect. So you're more than welcome to change the color as you guys would like, okay? Now that is perfect for me, okay? Now right now, I can see that if I use this arrow selection, I am able to move it to where I want it to look, okay? And I am going to put it towards the top of my background once you are looking inside, and I'm gonna kind of go towards a little bit towards the middle, okay? And I think that area is perfect exactly the way that I want it. Now I am noticing the A is going to show a little bit off the edge, so I am going to adjust that so I'm able to see it a little bit better. Okay, so I just adjust it. You guys are able to use whatever color font of your choice. Super. So once we have that, we are getting ready for a good start, okay? Now for that one, we have that bounce up. Now we're gonna do the codes for that section first, guys. I have it in front of us right now, so I'm gonna do those codes as we go. All right, so the first one, once we have that, is going to be a when click. So I'm just gonna go back. Now guys, we are not doing it for the backdrop. We are doing it for our first sprite. Okay, so we are gonna do that when clicked. Gonna make it nice and big, guys, so you are able to see it nice and big, okay? And we're also going to use the word show. We're gonna go to looks, and we're gonna find that word show. Nice and easy. We're also going to do when I receive start game. So we're gonna go on the bottom. Now we are going to have to write this message. So we are gonna click that message, and we're gonna do start game, and then we're gonna press OK. Okay, so right now we have that show. We also have when I receive start game. Now the last one we need for that is going to be the message hide. So easy so far. I'm gonna double check, guys, to make sure everybody is okay. It looks like everybody is good. Perfect. Guys, I don't know where my chat thing went on the bottom. Oh, and here, it must be on the bottom. Okay, everybody is good so far. Perfect. Super. Okay, so we have that bounce mania there. Okay, we do have those words in there as well. So I'm gonna go back to that page for a second, guys, so we can see more easy things that we are going to do. Now, guys, for these buttons that we are going to be doing next, okay, we're gonna be doing this easy button. We are gonna be doing this medium and this hard. We could do that option of duplicating them and putting those codes in there. That way it's gonna be a lot easier. And then what we could do is we can look at the codes as we go, okay? So that's gonna be the next part that I'm going to include into my game, okay? So we're gonna be making those buttons appear now. So guys, what I'm gonna do right now is I am going to go use that cat's head for our sprite, okay? And I'm going to be using button, I believe it's called button 3, okay? Button 3 is going to be the one that we guys are going to be able to change at. You can choose the gray shade for this, guys, or you can also use the blue shade. So if you want to use the blue shade, that is fine, guys. Or you can also use that color gray, okay? I'm going to use gray for mine. So we are going to be changing to write that word easy in a second. All right, guys. So we are going to write the word easy. So we are going to use that text box. I'm just going to place it here, and I'm just going to write the word easy. Now you can make your color fonts match the same one that you did, or you're more than welcome to use a different color. So I am going to leave that there, and I am going to adjust it towards the middle so it is able to have that option in the middle, okay? And that looks perfect for me. So I am liking that. And I am going to move that easy button towards the bottom, guys. I am using that placement just as we go. All right, guys. So now that we have that easy button, I am going to go back to our coding section for that, all right? Now for our easy section, there is not that many steps for us to do, okay? Now guys, you are going to notice on the bottom of mine, I am going to be changing those words as we go. Now for the medium and the hard, I'm going to show you guys how to duplicate those codes in there, and then we can change it as we go to make it a lot easier on you. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we are going to do this, and then we can include, you know what, let's do this step next. Once we have that easy for the first one, guys, okay, I'm going to click on that one, okay? We're going to do the code section first for this, but I'm just going to remind you guys, the duplication button is going to happen that way. So it is going to do the codes once we do it here. You are going to be able to do it for your medium, and you're also going to be able to do it for your hard. Now for this button 3, I am going to rename this just to say easy, okay? Just so I know that this is going to be my easy one. Then I can also rename my other one as we go. All right, so I'll do the code first for this, guys, and then I'll show you how to duplicate those other ones in there. All right, so nice and easy. We do need a when clicked, and we also need the button show. Okay. We're also going to need when I receive start game and events, guys, for that. When I receive start game. And we're also going to need hide. All right. Now for the next one, guys, we are going to be doing this button on the bottom, okay? And then I'm going to show you guys how to duplicate that. Now for this, it's going to be when this sprite clicked. Okay. We're also going to need hide. I'm checking, guys, to make sure everybody looks like they're okay. Good. All right. Now for the next one, it's going to be set bowl speed. So we're going to make a variable for this. We are going to be writing, what did it say? It said bowl speed. So we're going to write bowl speed. Oops, I spelled it wrong. And then I'm going to press OK. I'm going to go and select the first one. It's going to say set bowl speed 2. Now we are going to be changing that number to say 1. Okay, so set bowl speed to 1. All right, so we are going to make another one for this variable. We are going to be doing bowl delay. So we're going to go to variable. We're going to make a variable, and it's going to be bowl delay. And we are going to select that bowl delay to 0. We are going to be changing that number from 0 to say 20. All right, guys. So I did use that bowl delay as a 20 for mine. That one worked well for me, okay? Now there is one more that we're going to be making a variable. For this variable, we are going to write bowl size increase. I'm going to go to my variables, make that variable, and I'm going to say bowl, okay, bowl size increase. I'm going to use that set bowl. Just make sure I'm clicking down and find that bowl size increase. Now, we're going to change that last number to say 1. Okay, so get rid of that 0 and we're going to place it with a 1. Easy so far, guys. This one is pretty easy. There is one more for that code. Okay, so we're going to be doing a broadcast start game. So we're going to go to events. We're going to do our broadcast start game. Now, guys, for these bowl speed, that bowl delay, and that bowl increase, I would go to variables, guys, and I would hide those options. So I'm going to use that check option and click it off because you do not need that, guys, for your game. So now, right now, if I do that flag there, I do hit that easy button, you do notice that your game is starting to activate, okay? It is able to work once I press that easy option. So guys, test it out. Make sure your easy option is working correctly, okay? So double check to make sure. All right. Now that we have that, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to duplicate your work. to save some time on yourself when you are doing this, it's going to be a lot easier to do it this way, okay? So now what I'm going to do is, if you guys are using a mouse, you are going to right-click it, and you're going to hit that word duplicate. Now, I'm going to do the second one with you guys, and then we can do the third one next, okay? So what I'm going to do for this is I am clicked on my second one. Now, my codes, guys, did go from the first code. It did also go for my second one. But right now, if you guys are hitting that flag right now, okay, going back to the normal, you are going to see that you have two easy buttons. So we are going to rename that second one to be medium. So I'm going to go to costumes for that. I'm going to click on that area. I am going to backspace everything, and I'm just going to write the word medium. Okay. I'm going to adjust it to the way that I want by hitting that arrow, and I'm going to, oops, we don't want that to happen. Let me just go back for a second. I'm just going to hit that word medium and move it towards the middle. Now, I do want my medium button to also be the same as my previous color, but if you guys want to use a different color, you can. I'm going to leave it just the way it is, just like that as well, guys. Okay, so I have that medium. Now I'm going to go back to that coding section, guys, for this. Now what I'm going to do is, in order for me to move, now guys, if you notice, I did click everything. Everything is activating all together. Now I do want to move that medium option. So what I'm going to do is, by the code section, guys, for that, I'm just going to take that and move that hide button away from when this sprite is clicked, and I'm going to be able to move it towards the middle, okay? Then when I'm ready, I'm just going to take it and place it back together like a puzzle, okay? That way it's going to give me that option to be able to move those pieces the way that I want them to look. All right, guys, so now that we have our easy done, we also have our medium. I'm going to also duplicate my second one. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to hit my duplication from my second button. So I'm going to duplicate my second button. Now you guys are going to notice that you have two words that are medium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my costumes for this one, and I'm going to click it, and I'm just going to write the word hard. Now, if you guys delete everything altogether, you are going to have to use another text box, okay? So I did that, so you're going to have to hit everything back. All right, so now I have my word hard. I am moving it to the way that I want it to look, okay? And there we go. So now I have hard. Now for that as well, just like the previous step that we just did, guys, just move that word hide down, and you are going to be able to click it and move it towards the bottom, okay? So you're going to have that option to move those away. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. I do see somebody is writing something. It won't let me move it. It just starts the game. Okay, if it's not letting you move it, guys, from this core, if it is going from the first one, just use that option hide, move it down, and then do it. If you are clicking on it that way, it's not going to let you do it until you move that hide option, okay? So you should be able to move it that way. All right, guys, so I'm going to continue as we go. So now you do notice that there is an easy button, there is a medium button, and there is also a hard button. Now I'm going to rename my second one as medium, just because I want to do it that way, guys. If you don't want to do it that way, you do not have to. I just want everything to look perfect, and I am going to rename the last one to be hard, the middle one to be medium, and the first one to be easy. Okay, and you guys double check to make sure your codes are in there. As we go through them and we go to the medium one, we are going to make sure that we are changing those variables, okay? Now, when you are clicking the medium, all your buttons should also disappear, guys. Just double check that. By checking that, you are just going to hit that medium, and notice that easy and hard also go away. Now I'm going to check my hard button as well to make sure that all of those options are working, okay? So yes, so far my codes are working properly, okay? Everything is working. If you guys are still seeing those buttons on there, you didn't do the code correct, guys. All right, so now that we did that easy, I am going to move to the second medium. Okay, now for the medium, guys, you do have those codes in there. It's just, we are just going to change those variables, guys. So the second variable, this is going to be for medium, is going to be 2. So guys, we're on medium. The first one is going to be 2. We're also going to have the second number be 15. And we're going to have that last button be the number 2. Okay, guys. So right now, what it's going to do is it is going to be doing a delay within the bowl when the bowl is working. You guys are going to notice that we did change those variables. We do not want the same variables for easy for your medium. Okay, all right. So now that we changed those second variables, I'm just double checking to make sure. And the last one was 2, perfect. So everything is consistent. We also do have that when I receive start game. I'm just going to double check that those codes are in my second one as well. And they are, so perfect. Now for my third one, we are also going to be changing those variables, guys. We are changing those. So it is going to be a 3. Okay, so the first one is going to be that 3. Now make sure this button is for hard now. It's going to be a 3. It is going to be a 10. And it is going to be a 3. So now, guys, the reason why we need to change those variables in between that, guys, is to make sure that it is working properly throughout your game. Okay, you want to make sure that those variables are not the same. You want to have those levels be different variables. Now, you're more than welcome, guys, if you don't want those specific variables and you do want to test it out and do different variables for yours, you are more than welcome to do that as well. These variables worked perfectly for me when I was testing this game out. This is the variables that I chose. All right. So now that we have that, guys, we are going to be inserting another sprite, okay? We are going to be finding our bowl sprite. So I'm just going to go to my bowl and select the bowl. All right, guys. So now that we did that, I am going to go on the bottom. I'm just adjusting this zoom option. I'm going to use my bowl, okay? Now, guys, for the bowl, you can use a different color bowl. I'm definitely using pink because I did do my game all pink. So I am going to use pink for mine. Now, bowl, guys, has a lot of codes, okay? So we are going to be working with that one next. There is a lot of codes, okay? I'm going to use this. I'm going to work with the easy stuff first, guys, and then I'll do the harder as we go. So I'm going to adjust this so we do it together. Just give me a second, guys. I'm just adjusting it so I'm able to read it, and then I'm going to help you guys with the codes. Okay, so I'm going to do the easy part first. We're going to be using that when clicked and also hide. I'm going to use that when clicked and also hide. Easy so far, guys. This one so far is pretty easy to do. All right, once we have that, I'm going to be working for this middle one, and then we'll do the last one and then the real big one. So the first one is when I receive start game. Okay, I'm going to do this across, guys. You can place it anywhere you need, just as long as you're following the code correct, okay? The next one is create clone of myself. Okay. Forever. All right, the next one is going to be wait 1 sec. We're going to place that in forever, but we're also going to be replacing this one with another option. Now we are going to be using that word bool delayed from our variables for that. So we are going to find that word bool delayed, and we're going to replace that one with that word bool delayed. Now, guys, if you haven't done it from the previous step, guys, if you are seeing those messages appear at the top, just make sure those check options are not shown for you guys, okay? Make sure they are not showing on your screen. They should be hidden, guys. Once we have that, we are going to be selecting another create clone of myself. All right, and we're going to take that, and it's going to be right underneath your weight. Everybody looks like they're good. Super good, guys. All right. Now that we have that, we're just going to do this next small little section, and then we're going to go into that big section. So the first one is going to be when I receive game over. When I receive game over. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to have to type this in, guys. So you are going to be using that new message option. So I'm just going to write game over. Now, if you want to make it all capital, you want to make it lowercase in there as well, you can make it typed any way you guys would like for that. So mine says game over. Good. So the next one is going to be stop other scripts in Sprites. So we're going to use that option where it says stop all. Okay. And then we're just going to click that down option, and we're going to use that other scripts and Sprites. We're going to use that message. Everybody looks good? Good, guys. Super. So you're able to follow along very good with this. Super. I'm very proud that you guys were able to do that. The last one for that section is delete this clone. Nice and easy. It was right available to us. Okay, so far we did 3. Now we're going to do that big one. All right, so I'm just going to move this up, guys. I'm just going to move this down for me so I'm able to read as we go. Okay, this one is a very long one. There is a lot to do. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it small for me so I'm able to read it, and then I'm going to be able to help you guys as we go. So the first one is when I start as a clone. All right, I'm going to place this here, guys. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so you're able to see if you are still working on the last ones that we did. We're also going to need go to random position. So we're going to go to motion, go to random position. We're also going to need a point and direction. Okay, and we're also going to go to operators and use that pick random. Now our pick random is first one's going to be 1. The second one is going to be a 360. So I am going to change that number, 360. Everybody's good so far? Good. Guys, there's not that much codes on here, so I'm going to try to slow it down just a little bit, but I do want you guys to also get a chance if you want to show me that project, okay? So no problem. All right, so from that pick random, we are going to need a set size to 100%. I'm gonna go to my looks. Now it is a set size. Don't do that by. And we don't need to change anything for that, guys. Also, if you need me to make it a little bit bigger, please let me know in the chat if you guys do it. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit smaller so we're able to see from the last one if anybody needs those last steps. But if you need me to make it bigger, please let me know. All right. For the next one, it is going to be a set color effect 2. And it is going to stay as a 0. Just going to adjust these guys for a second just so I have a little bit more room. All right, so we have that set color effect to 0. We're also going to need a set ghost effect to 100. So I'm going to take this. I am going to change that 0 to say 100. And I'm going to hit that down option and find ghost and put those pieces together. Just double checking. Everybody looks like they're fine. Super, super, guys. All right, so now we have that set ghost effect to 100. We're also going to need that option show. I'm going to take that word show and place that underneath. All right. Just going to move this down, guys, so I'm able to read my next section that we need. Now for the next one, it is going to be a repeat 10. I'm going to go to control and I'm going to use that repeat 10. Just going to make it a little bit smaller, guys, so you're able to see everything if you are still continuing to catch up, okay? Now for the repeat 10, we're also going to need a wait. Now we are going to be changing that weight to say 0.1. I'm going to place that inside and I'm going to change that to say 0.1. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you guys are able to see it. Once we have that, we are going to be using a change ghost effect by. I'm going to go to looks, change ghost effect by. Now I'm going to move this down. iPad, if you need that, hopefully you could still see from where you left off. If you need me to go back up, let me know, okay? Now guys, for this placement, it should be touching weight, okay? It should be touching your weight. And the number is also going to be changed to a -10. I just want to make sure it was by. Yes, it is. All right. Now that we have that, I'm just going to move this so I'm able to continue where we are. All right. So now for the next one, guys, we are going to be needing that word forever. Going back to my control, finding that word forever, and I'm going to be placing that underneath its own section. Okay. Now that I have that word forever, we are going to need a move 10 steps. Okay, we're going to be needing that move 10 steps. Now, move 10 steps is in forever's belly. Okay, it is in forever's belly, but we're also going to go to our variables and find bowl speed. Go to our variables and we're going to use that bowl speed. We're going to place that inside. Okay, so move bowl speed, and it's going to have steps, guys. Now for the next one, we are going to select another if then. Okay, now for the placement for that, guys, it is touching that move. It is touching that move. Just going to move this down, guys, so you are able to see it with me. All right, so we just left off by that if then. Now for that if then, one second, guys, because I'm looking from the wrong one. Okay, from the if then, we are going to go to sensing, and it's going to be touching edge. Sensing, touching, and it's going to be touching edge, guys. Touching edge. All right, let me double check. I didn't check for you guys. Everybody looks like they're good. Super, guys. All right, so now that we have that touching edge, okay, we are going to be doing for the next one, it's going to be change size by. Change size by. Okay, thank you guys for noticing. I'm looking at the wrong one. It is change size by. Now for that change size by, guys, we are going to be also using that bowl size increase in our variables. So bowl size increase, and we're going to place that there. Okay, I'm just going to move that down, guys, for you guys to see that. All right. We're also going to need that change color effect by. Change color effect by. That was the one I was looking at before, guys. I know I saw it. Change color effect by. So I'm going to place that there, guys. And I'm also going to be renaming the second one as a bowl size increase in my variables. Take another bowl size increase, and we're going to place that there. Okay. Good job, guys. Okay. We're also going to need an if on edge bounce. Now for that placement, it is going to be separate. Okay, it is going to be separate. It's if on edge bounce. We're also going to need an if then. Okay, it's going to be underneath that if on edge bounce, okay? And we're also going to need a sensing touching mouse pointer. Go to sensing, touching mouse pointer. We do not need to change anything because it is automatically with that in the beginning. Okay, so if touching mouse pointer. We're also going to need broadcast game over. So I'm going to go back to events and I'm going to find broadcast game over. So you are going to have to hit that option to get rid of that start game and change it to say game over. Once we have that broadcast game over, we're going to need another if then. Now it should be separate. I believe it should be separate. Yes, guys, it is separate. So I'm going to take that and place that underneath that line. I'm just going to move it down, guys. If you need me to go back up, please let me know. So there's that last if then. Now this is the part where it's going to get a little bit tricky, okay? It is going to be getting tricky. I'm just going to make this smaller so I'm able to remember exactly how many I need. You know what, I'm going to make it bigger, guys, so I'm able to see it a little bit better. Now, there is a lot of things that we're needing for this, okay? Now, you guys can get 2 mouse X and 2 mouse Ys and place those aside. I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to go to my motions. I believe it's in motions. Yes, guys. I'm going to take 2 of those X's and place it here because I know that I'm going to need those. And I'm going to take also 2 of those Y's. So when I do get those placements in there, I am able to place those in there, no problem. And then also be able to change those variables. Okay, so just give me a second. I got to remember how many of what. I'm just going to move this aside so we're able to look at this piece just only so I'm able to get those codes to help us. 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to need 3 of those OR. So I'm going to take 1 OR, 2 ORs, 3 ORs. Okay, so I have 3 of those ORs, guys. I'm also going to need 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now for the next one, I'm going to need an equal, 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 equal. Okay, so now there's going to be equals too, guys. So we're going to take those equal sign, place it in the first one, place it in the second, place it in the third, and place it in the fourth. Just going to make that smaller, guys. All right, guys. So for this, you're going to need 1 OR, 2, 3. Okay, so you're going to need a total of 3 ORs. And what I did was the last, from the second one, I placed it and then I placed it into the next one. Once I have that, we are going to use the equal symbol. It's going to be in the first box, second box, third box, and fourth box. Okay, so there is going to be a lot of those. I'm just going to delete that because I do not need 2 of those. I just redid the steps so you guys were able to see it. Ahmed, yes, honey.
The mouse Y and X are in sensing.
What are you asking me for?
The X and the Y are in sensing.
The X and the Y? Wait, do the wrong one. Wait, let me see. I might have did the wrong. You might have been right. Mouse X. Yes, thank you, Ahmed. Thank you. I did the wrong one. Thank you, Ahmed.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. So Ahmed saved the day over there. It is not the X point and the Y point. Thank you for noticing that. It is in sensing, guys. It is in the bottom sensing. Wait, yes. Okay, so you're going to need 2 mouse X's and 2 Y's. Thank you, Ahmed. You saved the day. All right, guys. So thank you, Ahmed, one more time. All right, I'm going to try to make this bigger, guys, so you are able to see the full view. And then we're going to place those X and the Y's correctly. Now I'm just double checking on here, okay? The first one we can do is an X, a Y, and a Y, okay? So it's gonna be first X, second X, third Y, and the fourth is Y. Uh-oh, don't wanna move it. And the last one, guys, I'm gonna make it smaller for a second and then I'm gonna make it bigger so you guys are able to see those variables, okay? Now the first variable, let me just double check, is a minus 240. Just gonna make that bigger, guys, so you are able to see it as I'm typing. So minus 240, okay? And a positive 240, okay? Now for the next set of numbers, just give me a second, guys. Okay, it is going to be minus 180 and a positive 180. Guys, just give me a second because I'm going to adjust that back into our code section so we're able to do that, and then I'm just going to change those variables. So it is, first one was a negative 180 and then a positive 180, guys. Okay, I'm always taking that piece apart over here. And then I'm gonna take that, guys, and put that in my if then. Just gonna make it a smaller so you are able to see where I placed it. And I'm just gonna read those numbers one more time to you. First one is a minus 240, positive 240, minus 180, and a positive 180. And then we are gonna take a broadcast game over. Okay, so I'm just gonna make this bigger, guys. Give me a second. I see there is chats on there. Just give me a minute. I'm taking a broadcast and I'm changing it to say game over and place it in that available space. Can you go up, YB? Yes. I'm gonna try to go, do you need me to go up from the long big one? Or do you need me to go somewhere else? Just let me know, YB, if you want me to go all the way into the top, if you need me to make it smaller to see it, okay? Because that one did complete it. So YB, just let me know. All right, so I'm just gonna switch over for a second, guys. We are going to be doing our next piece in there as well. Now, we didn't get to the hard part where I was having difficulties yet. I started the game and now my ball disappeared. Don't worry about it right now. It's supposed to do that for now, honey. Okay, it should be happening that way. Let me double check. Let me click mine just to make sure that also happened. No, wait a minute. Your ball should not disappear, honey. If it happens in the second one, it does disappear. Let me see the third one. It does disappear. So yes, it is. Yes. All right. Give me a second, guys. I'm just going to adjust this to make it smaller. Orhan, just give me a minute. All right, guys. So we are going to be writing another message. We are going to be doing for this one, it is going to be a game over. So we are going to be doing that option. I will show you how to do that in a second. Okay. So you're going to do that paintbrush option. We're going to put in another one. And we are going to be using the text box, guys. Now you can do it the same color as you guys want, or you can do it something different. And you're just going to write game over. Okay. I'm going to also do it at pixel. I'm also going to use that option to make it grow. So I'm going to make it nice and big. I'm going to move it over. Okay. So you're also going to get that message game over. Now you can do a different color. If you want to keep it the same, that is fine as well. Okay. So we have that game over. Now we're going to do the coding section for that, guys. Not that hard for this one. First one is going to be that when clicked, and also hide. Now that I have that when flag clicked and the hide, there is only one more for that, guys. We are going to need when I receive game over So when I receive game over, and also that is going to be a show. I'm going to go to looks, and I'm going to go to show. All right. So now that we have that show, I'm just going to go back to my codes for a second, guys. There is only one more part for us to be able to code, guys. We just have that hedgehog. Okay, so we do just have that hedgehog to do last. Now, this is where I ran into a problem after, so I'm just going to have you guys also see if you're running into that issue as well, because this is something I ran into a problem yesterday. So I'm going to help us with this last part. Okay, so I'm just going to make my codes big, guys, for a second, and then I'm going to be inserting the my hedgehog. So at this time, guys, you should be getting your hedgehog. I didn't do that yet, okay? So I'm going to do that right now, and then I'm just looking at my codes for a second. All right, so I'm going to hit that bottom, and I am going to be using my hedgehog. Okay, now I am going to go to my costumes first, guys, and I am going to change my hedgehog's color. I'm going to use that paintbrush option, and I am going to make it match the same color as what my font is. Okay, so I did change my hedgehog to pink. You guys are able to also change your hedgehog to a different one, as well as if you guys do want to use a different costume, you can use that one as well. I'm just going to use my A and leave it as pink. Okay. So I'll give you guys a second just to do that, and then we'll finish the last section for our coding. All right. So this does have 4 parts, guys. It does have 4 parts. I'm going to do the easy one first. So the first one is going to be that when flag clicked. Okay, when flag clicked. I'm going to make it bigger so you can see it. And also hide. All right, so guys, I'm going to switch back to hedgehog. Okay, we have that hide option. Now we're also going to need when I receive game over. I'm going to place that underneath. And also the button show. Place that there. I'm working on this third one now, guys. The first one is going to be when I receive start game. This one is going to be saying start game, guys. Make sure it says start. Okay. We're also going to need reset timer. Now, reset timer is in your sensing. You're going to take that and you're going to place that over there. You're also going to need a forever. Okay. We're also going to need a set time in our variables. So we're going to actually have to make that variable. So we're just going to write the word time. Now I'm going to select that set ball delay. We're just going to change that to say set time. Okay. And there is going to be a couple of things that we're going to be adding to that 0. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to go to our operators. We're going to find that option where it says round. It's on the bottom, guys. Okay. And I'm going to place that round option in that area where it said after the 2. And I'm also going to get the word timer in sensing. I think it said, wait, let me go back a second. It says timer, guys. So I'm going to find that word timer and I'm going to place that in there as well. Now, guys, if you are seeing the word timer in your game, okay, it's going to have that time. Now, there was a way. All right, guys. So now that you have that set timer, oh, yes, you have to put it in the forever. Let me see if that made a difference. Normal, large. Okay, guys. So, yes. You are going to be putting that in your, let me double check. Forever. Yes, guys. Okay, so you're actually going to be putting that set time to round timer in your forever. I want to double check, reset timer, and that. When I receive start game, guys. So this actually should say start game. Let me double check, guys. When I receive show. I did a boo-boo, guys. Give me a second. I did a boo-boo right now. When I receive start game. Guys, I'm placing it here. I placed it wrong just for a second. So this should say when game over show. Okay, so guys, what I did right now is I did place it in the wrong section. I'm using the bottom and then I wasn't using the top. So your set time to round timer should be with when I receive start game. You should also have that reset timer, that forever, and then you should have it. Don't place it in the last previous one. I did it in the wrong placement, okay? So I just double checked my codes and it should be in separate. Now what I did, guys, is you're gonna see that word say set timer. What I did was I hit that right, right clicked it, and I used this option where you can also make it look different ways. So you can make it look like a normal readout. You can also do it as a large readout, and you can also do it as a slider. Now, I'm going to use it as a large readout and leave it that way. I like the way that it looks that way, but remember how to do that was you right click on that option that is shown in your game, and you can use that little option to be able to make it look a different effect. I do like this version with just the 0 in that little box, so I'm going to use that option. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do this long last code, and then it's going to be done and complete. So the first one is going to be when I receive game over. So I'm just going to adjust these guys for a second. I'm just going to try to move this space here. If you need me to look at anything else on there, I can go back to that. Okay. So I just did say when I receive game over. So I'm going to events when I receive game over. Placing that there. I'm also going to do stop other sprites. Stop other scripts in sprites. So I'm going to go find that option where it says stop all. Hit that option where it says other scripts in sprites. So we just did that stop other. Okay. We're going to also need that option where it says show. Okay, we have that option show. And we're also going to need a wait 1 sec. I'm going to take that wait 1 sec. Just going to make it smaller, guys, so you're able to see it. Everybody looks like they're okay? Yes. Perfect. Okay, so we have that wait 1 sec. Now for the next one, we are going to be writing the message that says, say you lasted for 2 seconds. I'm going to go to looks. I'm going to write, you lasted 2 seconds. And I'm going to write those little dots at the ends and have that message. So it say you lasted for 2 seconds. I'm also going to take another say for 2 seconds, guys. And I'm going to be changing the seconds to say 4. And then for that word that says say hello, we are going to be changing that around. Okay, so I'm going to give you that information in a second. Now we are going to be using the word join. It's going to have join in our operators. It's going to say join apple and banana. Okay, it's going to say join apple and banana. Now for join banana, and well, I think it said join apple and banana, we are going to need the word time in our variables. You're going to place that for the word where it said apple. You're going to backspace the word bananas, and you're going to write seconds. I'm also going to be putting some periods at the end as well, guys. And that is going to be for 4 seconds. Okay, guys? It should say 4 seconds for that. All right. Once we have that, we are going to get another if then. We're going to place that underneath that say. Now we're going to also get that less than equal to symbol. You know how we have that less than equal to symbol? It is going to be that greater symbol. Okay. And the number that is going to be after is going to be 100. Okay. And we're also going to go back to our variables and find that word time and place it in the first one. Okay. We only have 2 more codes, guys, 2 more codes. The next one is going to be saying, say, well done. Well done. You're awesome for 2 seconds. Okay. You can write any message that you guys want for that. I'm going to go to my looks. I'm just going to write, well done, comma. You're awesome, and put an exclamation mark. You guys are more than welcome to write whatever message you want for your game, okay? And there is a stop all button on the bottom, okay? There is a stop all button on the bottom. Now, I'm going to test my game out to see. I'm going to also go back to my codes in a second to double check. Now, I am not able to see my ball. My ball is not showing, so I think I did something incorrect with my ball. Because, guys, when you are playing your game, I'm going to show you on here, okay? I'm going to show you that you should be seeing your ball when you are doing your game. Something is incorrect on my last one that I just did, and as you guys can see, I am avoiding that as we go. Once you get to a certain point, you are going to notice that more balls are going to happen because you completed and went to the next level. Now, you can start it by going to the medium level and then the hard level and then some, okay? But remember, if your mouse pointer is touching either one of those balls, you are going to see that hedgehog happen and you are going to lose, okay? So as the game gets a little bit harder right now, it is going to go to those different levels. So right now I have 3 balls. So I'm going to double check to see what I did incorrect on mine because my ball is not showing up on my screen at all. So I'm just going to end it for a second, okay? And I lasted 52 seconds, okay? My game, I only lasted on there just to double check. But from the last game that I just did, I am not seeing that ball happen. Everything else is happening correctly, but my ball is not being shown. So I did something wrong. So double check your codes, guys. If you want me to go on the last previous codes as well for you to double check it, you're more than welcome for me to go there. But I did something incorrect on my ball because it is not showing. If you're running into an issue, guys, and you need something to go back and check your codes, please let me know. Yeah, so a lot of you also ran into that problem. So double check your codes. I might have did something also incorrect as well. So I'm just going to go here for you guys to double check to make sure. It could have been from that last big one. Just double check. There's going to be a point on that. I'm sorry, guys, that last one is really long. I'm going to try to do it like that so you're able to see it. If you need me to go on any particular part and blow it up, please also let me know. But double check your thing if you did the codes correctly, because my ball is not showing at all. So that meant something on the last game that I just did, something was incorrect. So double check to make sure the code you have it as correct. What you could always do if you are running into a problem still, you can just add those in there as well for your other ones. It's too small. All right, guys. So if you need any more part of the codes, please let me know now, because otherwise I am going to give you guys that option to show me some of your cool projects that I would love to definitely see, okay? Could have been, you can be showing now. Now, these are the things that you're allowed to be showing me. It's either a project that you created on your own, okay? It could be a project maybe possibly that we did in class and you want to share something with myself and the other students. Or it could be something that you guys had difficulties with. Now, if you are going to show me a project that's something that you had difficulties with, I can give you that option to do that. I can give you some suggestions of maybe how you should be going back and fixing that option. But if you do show me that, you are not going to be able to show me another project. So keep that in mind, okay? So I'm going to do a file save now for my project, and then I'm going to be doing my stop shared, and I'm going to give you guys a chance to show me these projects. Now, the way that's going to be working is if you want a turn, okay, you are going to use the raise hand option, okay? You're going to use that raise hand option. I'm going to talk to you for a second, okay? I'm going to tell you how you are going to be able to do that shared, but you're only going to get that turn once I give you that chance, okay? I hope you guys did enjoy. I loved teaching you guys. I loved that you guys were able to do your projects on there. So I'm pretty excited on that. So I'm going to give you that last minute chance right now before we do say goodbye. But I do want to wish you guys the best of luck. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your summer. I hope you had fun because I really enjoy it. I'm going to miss you guys too, but definitely maybe again, this course would be in the future. If not, guys, keep doing your scratch. You guys did awesome. I got to say, claps to you guys. Also, claps to Clarusway for allowing you guys to get this opportunity to learn this. And also, I want to thank you guys for having this class with me. And also, I want to wish you guys the best of luck in everything that you guys do. And sad to say, guys, but bye, everybody. Bye, guys.